This is the Steve Gruber Show.
It sure is. Welcome back to it. Fighting for you from the Foxhole of Freedom every single day here in the shadow of Detroit. This is the place to come for truth, accuracy, and great analysis. It's what I do for you every single day. Three big things to know this hour. Number one, Ilhan Omar says targeting the Somali community behind as much as $300 billion in fraud in Minnesota. Well, it's just another case of white supremacy. What did you expect her to say anyway? Number two, how is the economy really? Gas is down, inflation has settled down, and wages are on the rise, but are you feeling it? And how much do Americans need to see to get back on board with the Republicans to feel it? And number three, I'm going to continue my exploration today, this morning, of the United States hitting boats running lethal, illegal drugs across the open ocean, destined for the United States. You know, the Democrats would have you believe that it's a war crime, potentially. They're out there continuing to push the idea that the military should not follow illegal orders. They give no examples, of course, and when pressed on it, they're like, yeah, I've got nothing. Here's one of the better takes on it, right? Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, gave an absolutely perfect, astute observation about drug runners getting killed. You know, if you do the crime, well, he'll explain.
And historically, as Adam has pointed out, the Coast Guard doesn't do that. They board the ships, they interdict the drugs, they collect the evidence, and in many cases, they try these individuals and bring them to justice. Why can't we do that now?
So what I've learned from all this, and this is not the first time this has happened, don't get on a boat with drugs in it. You get blown up. That's what I've learned from this. And I think at the end of the day, the administration was elected to stop the inflow of drugs that are killing Americans. I think they're doing that. We're having a very healthy debate about it. But basically, no one's debating whether we're drugs on this boat. Venezuela's sending drugs out everywhere. And where it gets transferred to what boat and when, who knows? But if you're on a boat full of drugs, you get blown up. And I think this may have some drug dealers saying, maybe I want to slow down on the boat drug stuff, which is really what the mandate of the government is.
Yeah, there it is. If you don't want to get blown up today, don't drive a boat full of illegal drugs, destined for the United States, or anywhere else for that matter. Democrats seem to think that it's more important to worry about the drug dealers than it is to worry about American families burying their loved ones, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, overdose, death, carnage. I think it's an act of war. I always have. And back to the Democrats calling for, because this is where it all starts with attacking drug boats. Democrats are on the side of drug dealers, apparently. Strange, but true. I mean, it's where I find myself. I can't even believe it. And we showed you that Chuck Schumer voted for the maritime law that allows this to happen years ago, back in the 80s. Joe Biden, in 1989, we played this in the first hour, said we have to hit them where they live, drug dealers. He said George H.W. Bush's policies were too soft on the cartels. And then you've got these Democrats like Mark Kelly and Alyssa Slotkin saying, don't follow the orders of the administration. Don't follow illegal orders. What illegal orders? We don't have those. And when it comes to those boats specifically, Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois, listen to what she says here very closely. First, she says, yes, I've seen the tape. Then she's forced to admit she's never even seen the video of this double tap on a drug-running boat coming out of Venezuela back on the 2nd of September. Listen.
Senator, have you seen the video?
I have seen the video, and it is deeply disturbing. I am mostly concerned with the fact that we are putting our American servicemen and women in jeopardy here. We're putting them in jeopardy in case they ever get shot down. We're putting them in legal jeopardy. They could be brought up in international criminal courts. And so what we're doing here is taking those professionals or utmost professionals and putting them into harm's way. And that's what bothers me the most about what Pete Hegseth is doing. He is the least qualified Secretary of Defense in our nation's history, and he's very cavalier about doing things. The fact of the matter is only Congress can decide that we can go to war, and there was no such declaration made.
I just want to make sure that that I get this accurate. You have seen the classified video of this particular strike, the first strike, and then the double tap as it's known.
No, I've just seen what's been available in the media.
Okay.
I've read the full report, but I've not seen the actual video.
Interesting. I have seen the video. It is deeply disturbing. Just to be clear, have you seen the video? No, I haven't. These are your Democrat senators lying to you because they hate Trump so much that they will side with narco-terrorists. They hate Donald Trump so much they will side with narco-terrorists. On the other side of that coin, Senator Eric Schmidt of Missouri. I like him a lot, by the way. He blows George Stephanopoulos right out of the water just like a drug boat on the topic of drug boats. Listen to what he says.
To imply that somehow President Trump is soft on drug smuggling is just ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. He's provided border security like we've never seen before. And the fact is, these cartels now, because the southern border is closed, they've gone to the high seas. So President Trump is acting with his core Article 2 powers. No serious legal expert would doubt that the president has authority to blow narco-terrorists out of the water who are poisoning 100,000 Americans every year. If you watched the SEC championship game yesterday, the Big Ten championship game, combine those two stadiums with the number of people there, that's how many people are dying each and every year from the poison that's coming from these narco-terrorists. So the fact is, George, President Trump has been delegated the authority by Congress to designate terrorist organizations. He's done that. He sent a letter to Congress saying he was going to initiate these strikes. We've had regular briefings about it, including from Secretary of State Rubio, including from other high-ranking officials in the Department of Defense. He's executing those.
Yeah, let me go back to something here, because I just learned this. How many times, I mean, in your lifetime, Panama, Grenada, you picked the conflict, right? Vietnam. How many times in American history has America actually declared war? How many times? Anybody have the answer? 5. 5 times has the United States ever actually declared war on somebody else. Barack Obama dropped 90,000 bombs on 15 countries. Drone strikes, 500 of them, killing American citizens, in fact, in Qatar, including a 16-year-old. Never a declaration of war. The declaration of war came in the War of 1812, June 18th, 1812, against Great Britain. The Mexican-American War, 1846. The Spanish-American War, 1898. World War I and World War II. That's it. We have made war dozens of times, including Korea and Vietnam. Never a declaration of war. Never. This is politics, my friends. Nothing more, nothing less. They hate Donald Trump so much, they want to declare war on him, do the Democrats. It's disingenuous and it's dishonest. Now you know the facts. 5 times. You'll win the Trivial Pursuit game now. 5 times we've actually declared war on somebody else in our entire history. We've made war too many times to remember, hundreds of times. I'll take a break and be back. This is The Steve Gruber Show.